Hello viewers, I am Deepthi Hans. My topic for today is graphical representation of linear motion. As we know, one dimension motion is known as linear motion or rectilinear motion. Today we are going to describe about different type of graph we can use to represent this linear motion. Graph provide a convenient method to present basic information about a variety of events. As you have seen, during the telecast of one-day cricket match, vertical bar graphs show the run rate of a cricketer. Similarly, line graphs you have drawn in mathematics also show linear equations. To describe the motion of an object, we use line graph. In line graph, one quantity is drawn on x-axis which show independent quantity. This physical quantity is independent in most of the cases, and in this case also this is time. And on y-axis, other physical quantity is either speed or velocity or displacement, distance or acceleration. Change in position of an object with time is represented on distance time graph or displacement time graph. Because we are talking about a straight line motion or one dimensional motion, so distance and displacement are same thing. So distance time graph and displacement time graph are same. So distance time graph can be of three types. For a stationary object, when the object is stationary, distance time graph can be drawn like this. It is parallel to x-axis. This P point presents the motion of the object as the time is increasing, but the position of the object remains the same. So this is the graph for a stationary object. And when the displacement time graph shows a line inclined to the x-axis, then this shows uniform motion, because the motion of this particle is in uniformity with time, because equal distance is covered in equal interval of time. Equal distance in equal interval of time. So this is distance time graph for uniform motion. And displacement time graph or distance time graph for having negative slope shows uniform motion, but this time this shows negative slope. This is positive slope and this is a negative slope. Similarly, this displacement time graph can also be shown as like this, and this shows non-uniform motion. This graph represents motion of a body which covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. So this is for non-uniform motion. So first of all, try to understand distance time graph can be of any of these type. If it is a straight line parallel to x-axis, then this shows stationary object. It means this no motion is there. Object is stationary. Uniform motion, equal distance covered in equal interval of time, and non-uniform motion, this is a curved line showing non-uniform motion. Let us start with distance time graph, or you may say displacement time graph. Displacement on y-axis and time on x-axis. Now, we need to find the slope of this graph if we want to know the speed of this object. So, formula for speed of object is second displacement minus first displacement. It means S2 minus S1 divided by time is T2 minus T1. This is the final time, this is the initial time. This is the second displacement and first displacement if we are going to take this AB portion of this object which is moving with uniform speed or uniform velocity. In this case, S2 is, value of S2 is 50 meter minus S1 is 40 meter divided by time 2 is 50 second and T1 is 40 second. So 50 minus 40 is 10, and again 50 minus 40 is 10. So speed is 10 upon 10. It means 1 meter per second is the uniform speed of this particle, which is represented on this displacement time graph. Now for a variable or non-uniform speed, the displacement time graph comes out to be something like this. If we want to calculate speed on this graph also, we need to draw tangent at a particular point. If we want to calculate at this point A, we need to draw tangent at this point, and the slope of this tangent gives us the value of speed at this particular point A. Suppose this point is B, this is C, and this is D, and this y portion is BC and x portion is DC. Vertical portion is BC and horizontal portion is DC. So BC upon DC gives the slope of this point at this object at particular point A. If we want to calculate at this point E, then it comes out to be have some different value. But in uniform speed or uniform velocity, the value comes out to be 1 meter per second as we have calculated earlier. Value at any instant remains same. In uniform motion, value remains same. In non-uniform speed, value comes out to be different at different points. Variation in velocity of an object with time moving in a straight line can be represented on velocity time graph. If it is a straight line, it shows the object is moving with uniform motion. If it is a straight line inclined to the x-axis, it shows it is a uniformly accelerated motion. And if it is a straight line showing negative slope, it shows it is uniform retardation. And if it is going up, then down, then goes up, then down, this is non-uniform accelerated motion. Now, this is a uniform motion. Representation of uniform motion on velocity time graph shows us displacement. Now uniform velocity. Now this graph represents uniform acceleration. This graph shows uniform retardation. Retardation is negative acceleration. And this is non-uniform acceleration. Now here I am going to share a trick with you. As we know, distance is required to calculate velocity and velocity is required to calculate acceleration. And these graphs are distance time graph, velocity time graph, and acceleration time graph. So if distance, from the distance time graph, we need to calculate velocity by finding its slope. But velocity time graph are, if we are using velocity time graph, velocity versus time graph, we can calculate distance as well as acceleration. If we want to calculate distance, then we need to find the area of the graph. If we find area, then we comes to its distance covered by the object. And if we find the slope of this graph, then we come to the conclusion of the acceleration of the body. So velocity time graph can be used in both ways. If we need to calculate distance, then we find the area of this graph. And if we need to calculate the acceleration from this same velocity time graph, we need to find the slope of the graph. Try to understand these 2 points. Suppose in this graph, velocity time graph, this is uniform motion represented by this line, and we are taking this portion AB. We need to find the distance covered by the object. Then we just need to calculate the area of this portion. And this portion ABCD is a rectangle. So distance covered by the object is equal to area of rectangle ABCD. As we know, area of rectangle is length into breadth. So what is the length of this graph? This rectangle, length is AC multiplied by breadth is AB. And value of AC is 40 minus 0. It means 40. And value of AB is on the time axis. This is 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, which is 3. So 40 into 3, 120. Unit is meter per second and here it is second. So distance is in meter. 120 meter is the distance covered by this particle which is moving with uniform motion, and we are taking this part AB, and the distance covered by this particle is 120 meter within time period 2 seconds to 5 seconds only. So it is very simple to calculate from the velocity time graph. Now, similar velocity time graph, here it is showing uniform acceleration. How we can calculate this acceleration? We need to find the slope. So acceleration is equal to slope, y-axis portion and then x-axis portion, dividing y-axis is 40 minus 20. It means ED upon AD. ED 40 minus 20 and divided by AD is 4 minus 2. So it is 20 upon 2, it comes out to be 10. Because this is acceleration, unit is meter per second square. If we need to find the distance from the same graph, we can calculate distance by finding the area. Area of this line AE, which is the portion covered with x-axis. So we need to find the area of this trapezium ABCDE. If we calculated the area of this trapezium ABCDE from the same velocity time graph, we can calculate its distance covered. Distance covered in this graph is, distance is equal to area of trapezium. Area of trapezium ABCDE. And area of trapezium can be the combination of this triangle and this rectangle also. So if you don't want to calculate area of trapezium, you can calculate the area of this rectangle, area of this triangle and this rectangle also. So what is the area of this triangle first? ABCD is equal to area of triangle ADE plus area of rectangle ABCD. Now area of triangle is half into base into altitude. So half into base is 4 minus 2, which is 2, and altitude is 20, plus area of triangle ABCD, rectangle ABCD. Rectangle is length into breadth. 4 minus 2 is again 2, 4 minus 2, and here it is again 20. So its value 20 plus 40, it means 60. So 60 meter is the distance covered by this particle within this boundary AE, and if we find to calculate acceleration, then we need to find the slope of this graph. So try to remember this point, that velocity time graph can be used to calculate distance or displacement as well as acceleration. If we calculate its area, then it gives us distance or displacement. If we calculate its slope, then it gives us acceleration. Hope you have understood this graphical representation methods, and in my next video, we will derive linear equations of motion with the help of graphical representation, and at the same time, we will try to solve some numericals also. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.